Welcome back to this week in New Things Adam Has. And this time we decided to have a little bit more fun with it.
Okay, don't
Adam,
don't wait. Don't set up the
just
bit like this. What are you doing?
just jump into
Just
it.
jump
okay,
into
fine.
it.
All right, then
Oh,
fine.
you're
Rewind,
about to
rewind.
hear. Don't like
We'll
Rod
start over.
Serling it. You're Rod
Fine, then
Serling right
we'll
now.
start over, okay? We'll just
Okay,
start
all
from the
right.
beginning.
You're
And
about
what's
to
going to
hear a
happen is
story about something that Adam has.
start off with Adam just coming in and being like,
A thing we
okay.
call the
So go ahead.
Twilight thing.
Okay. Here I am back at headquarters, also known as my new apartment. Oh, look, it's Q1 and Q2. Oh, what's up, guys?
Hello, Agent Lemma. It's good to see you again. Welcome back from your last mission. How did it go?
Oh, you know, I uh I killed.
You got killed.
No, I killed. Like,
Oh,
I performed well.
Oh,
oh,
It's
yes.
agent humor. You wouldn't get it.
good. Because it was this was like a simple this was a
You're probably wondering why there's a couch in the middle of my laboratory.
I am.
Well, this is going to be your newest your newest equipment you'll be using in the field. Go ahead,
Oh,
have a seat.
yes,
Yes.
it's very
Does it feel
comfortable.
comfortable?
Greetings, Agent Lemma. Welcome. Target
Huh?
one sit.
Why is the sofa communicating with me?
Oh, yeah. See,
I am
see, you
designed
sat.
for your ultimate comfort, Agent Lemma.
See, you sat in the left-hand seat, and apparently, we're working out the bugs there. But if you happen to be sitting next to some sort of foe, you could activate this system that targets you, and you have a variety of options. If you notice on the right hand, there's a few controls. One can eject you into the ceiling. One could actually melt you into a puddle, and one can cover you in shaving cream. We don't really know why. We think we might replace the shaving cream with some sort of corrosive material later on.
Might I suggest water, the universal solvent. +1 science facts.
Are you still the couch, or are you Q2 this time?
Q2 is no longer a character. I like being the couch.
I like to imagine that you guys built Q2 into the couch. Like they cut your funding, so you. So
I've uploaded my
instead of-
brainwaves to provide you maximum comfort, Agent Lemma.
Instead of installing an AI, they actually just put Q2 in, built it inside to it.
I'll be much more efficient this way. I want to see Q like arguing with Q2 in couch form as they continue to experiment with gadgets.
Okay, well now we're just making another movie.
Well, now we have a backup plan if our episode doesn't go well.
I am so surprised that this opening bit fell apart so spectacularly. I thought it really had legs.
Fell apart. I thought it was great.
Oh no, no legs. This couch is on wheels. Oh. Boo.
Oh,
Maximum
another
mobility.
vehicle for my next movie.
All right, that's enough of this.
So I get my handcuffs, my cyanide pills, my classified dossier. Timing the phones like yeah, shredding the files like yeah. I memorized all the enemy spies. I gotta neutralize today. Yeah, it's a party in the CIA. Yeah, it's a party in the.
What are we doing with our lives?
Hey everyone, you're listening to GenrePod, the group writing machine. This show where we take a genre, add 3 characters to it, and write a 3-act story. I'm Adam, secret agent extraordinarily secret.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Right. Huh.
Well, hello. My name's Derek Janner. I'm with the Department of Water and Power. Here's my badge. I'm sure you were wondering where my credentials were. We're going to inspect this facility, make sure it's up to protocol, standard procedures, shouldn't take long. If you don't mind, could you show me the way to your nuclear reactor, please?
You know, it'd be better if you used your real name, so that because now you have to
Adam, you're the
awkwardly
worst
say.
secret agent I've ever seen.
Judo chop. I was waiting to see if someone would play along with it so that I could be like, they're not buying it. Judo chop.
And then you say your name.
All right. My name's Vic, and I am apparently bad at being a secret agent.
Welcome to level 7. I'm Andrew. I have been brought back from the dead because Marvel is a creative salt mine.
Very good. Okay.
Joss Whedon's a
Alright.
sad man now.
The genre of this week is spy movie.
Woo!
Dun-dun, dun-dun, dun-dun,
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
I just realized I did that
dun-dun.
same gun sound for Western, buddy cop, and now spies.
What, the
'Cause
gunshot?
They all have guns.
Da-da-da.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
So,
All right, Victor,
this one's
Your
mine.
topic.
All right.
Yep.
Uh,
Tell us about it.
I chose this one. Spy movies.
Oh,
okay.
hang on, wait. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. All right.
Oh my god.
John
Okay.
West,
All right.
go ahead.
A spy movie. I'll say. I guess I'll describe it first. These movies tend to follow an actually pretty tight format. Basically, there's going to be some kind of terroristic plot. It's usually on a big scale, something that involves like a whole country, possibly even the whole world, and it's something bad. It tends to be either something that involves some kind of espionage, like some kind of like taking something down from the inside, or it could involve some kind of, virus attack or some kind of hacking attack. It's something that's very difficult to defend against. So,
Well, we have a
The-
title,
the
Hacking
whole-
Attack.
well, so the
For sure,
the
right?
whole point of the whole conflict there is that in order to take this down, it's not something you combat head on. You send a secret agent. So the whole movie is about how this secret agent is going to have to try to stop this terroristic plot using all kinds of neat stuff, usually like sweet fight moves, skilled with weapons, and
He usually uses 100% of his skills and gadgets.
yeah, and always gadgets. That was gonna be my next thing. There's always cool technology, cool cars, all kinds of neat things that they use. So to give you an idea, here are some examples. Obviously, the 007 movies, Mission Impossible movies, the Bourne movies, and then there's Austin Powers, which even though it's a comedy, follows the format.
Right.
Triple X, the Taken movies. And then here are some more recent ones. There's The Kingsman, and this is actually a remake, but it was The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Right.
And here's an interesting one. I wouldn't put it in this genre, but I would say it follows the format. Winter Soldier.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, yeah.
Winter Soldier actually is very much. In fact, I remember before it came out, I was reading people say like they're actually basing it more on the spy movie format than superhero. So
Yeah, that makes sense once you see some of the technology they use.
yeah. So that's basically what we're dealing with. And there are a lot of tropes in this one. This one, it's actually kind of amazing that we're still able to come out with these and like them because
Yeah.
yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, if Austin Powers shows anything, is that you can run an entire movie just on the tropes of a spy movie.
And it's still watchable. Like it's
Right.
just a format that we love. So
Mhm.
so that's it.
You know, very recently, you and Victor and I saw Spectre together,
We did.
and it was almost too typical of a spy movie to me.
It was
Wait,
like
that didn't happen.
no, we
You
had
said
Yeah.
you said me and you and Victor. I haven't seen Spectre.
I said me and you, Victor, very recently, you and Victor and I saw Spectre together.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Well,
yeah, I heard
Victor and I saw Spectre.
Yeah, we
and
did.
It wasn't spectacular.
it was okay. Like the thing is, it's like I said, the format is very predictable. So you need to find a way to make it really fun and interesting.
Yeah, the thing is, it followed the formats like to a T, and I had a problem with that. I thought after 50 years into James Bond, they should be changing it up a little more
Yeah,
often.
mix it up a
Mm.
little.
Yeah,
but-
and hopefully we do that this week with our characters.
Yay!
Our characters.
I choose Adam to go first.
I had a feeling
That seems fair.
I went last week, but I will do it.
Do it.
So my character's name is Ito Sang.
Oh, that's rough. Spell that.
ITOSANG.
Huh.
It's only 7 letters.
Okay. Is it going to be a villain? Is it going to be a hero? Let's see.
Well, they are foreign, so they're either the quirky assistant or they are the villain.
Well, when you say that, you make me feel like I'm playing to the stereotypes, but I'm not. I'm not.
Okay.
Ito saying is a villain female, which is something I looked up because that's one of the things that ways I thought the Spectre could go a different direction, because James Bond in 50 years has only fought like besides like henchmen, just like two and every now and then a pseudo love interest, but I think there's like 2 females in his roster of villains.
Yeah,
That's something.
that's true. Because, and again, in spy movies, I don't mean to go this route, but it's just kind of true. The main character is pretty much always a dude, and is pretty much always straight. So there's pretty much always some very attractive love interest, and that's always like a thing. Because it's always
Right.
like, I'm gonna stop those terrorists, I'm gonna look really cool, and I'm gonna get the girl. That's pretty much like the path of
And the
the
girl,
spy.
usually a Bond girls as they're described, is it's like, all right, female companion / love interest.
Yeah.
Throughout
And
the
they're
whole
always
movie.
somehow tied into the plot in an essential way, but they don't have to do much to maintain that status. It's like
Right,
whether
yeah,
she's
and-
doing anything or not, she's important.
Yeah, I'm trying to break barriers a little bit, break format, and throw in a female villain. Ito Sang, who is Vietnamese.
That sounds like a made-up country.
But she's a member of the Triads. If you're not familiar with them, they're like the kind of the Chinese mafia, is a good way to put it. There's several main
Isn't
clans.
that the Yakuza?
That's Japanese.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Wolverine
Okay.
fought them.
That's how he knows.
Well, that's valid. All right, go on.
So there's some main clans. I decided to stick with a lesser. I made up one so not to touch on any familiar bases. I just called them the clan of the Crimson Kerchief, which fits my my theme for band names.
Well, it also it's like the band of the black bandana. This is
Yeah.
their rival gang, the clan of the Crimson Kerchief.
Oh man, the GenreBot cinematic universe is growing,
I imagine-
folks.
Thing that's brilliant.
Yeah.
This might be
no,
the
I
same
think
group
all
of
intentional.
Vietnamese gangsters from all the way back in episode 2.
Could be.
Wow.
All right, so basically, her father was a member of the Triad, was in this clan, worked as just a henchman, and she was able to rise up. I wanted to not make her like the daughter of the head one, but the head clan chief, I'll call him. But instead, she raised through the ranks via merit, and now she's at the tip top of it. But she still, because her father came from the henchmen, she kind of has a grudging respect for them, and she often finds herself aligned with the henchmen, hanging out with them, doing small time missions, even though she has a large time role. And she probably has some abilities, some martial arts abilities to an extent.
So what you're
I-
telling me is that she kind of okay, so she plays like sort of a managerial or small time leadership role in this Chinese mafia kind of clan.
Yep.
But she's not afraid to get her hands dirty and likes to go on their dicier, underground missions that involve perhaps like, getting into gunfights and things of that nature.
In terms you understand, it might be she's kind of plays a Ra's al Ghul type of role in the society in terms of the Batman Begins.
That's a
film.
lot more prominent than just being a higher upper. Like Ra's al Ghul, it was like a world leader.
Right, but he wasn't always there was sometimes a figurehead in his place when he was doing other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Not sure what you're saying, but
Are
I'm just
you-
talking Batman Begins. Batman Begins only.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
that's what I was
okay.
going to say. Victor's knowledge of Batman is
I'm sorry.
is godlike, honestly.
like
That's why I said Raz, not Raish.
okay, dude, I can't help it when you say that. I don't just think of one movie. I think of everything.
Okay,
All right,
no, I got
all right,
it.
that's fine. But now,
all right,
now that
any
you
more questions?
now that you put it that way, that makes sense. Okay, like the Batman Begins. Okay, so like he's in charge, but like not always the face.
Yep,
So
you got it.
there you go.
Any other questions?
Age?
I'd say young 30s, but she's Asian, so kind of looks like mid 20s.
Young age.
Okay. And
Yeah.
that's totally a thing. It's, They
Yeah,
age
no,
very slowly.
that's a compliment.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
I'm jelly, man.
Totally.
What is it?
My hair's going away.
Ming-Na Wen, who she voiced Mulan, and she plays Agent May on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., a
Yeah.
spy show that of us only I begrudgingly watch.
And isn't she like 60?
She's like, I think she's 50, but she looks like easily 30.
30.
No, but
Mid-30s.
she looks younger than
Wow.
she actually is.
By a
By
lot. Yeah.
It's it's notable.
Let's get you guys involved here.
Yeah.
Victor, pick your next one.
I choose Victor to go next.
You know what? Andrew hasn't gone last in a while, so I will go next.
Good, good. You played right into my hand, Mr. Frederick.
All right, so my guy his name is Darren Hex, but he goes by Dax, D-A-X. He's
Cool.
actually very young. He's only 23, and he is Adam will like this. He's pretty much a technological wizard, and that means everything. He is an expert programmer, hacker, and engineer. Basically, picture like Q, but instead of being like an older, like more formal, like, you know, straight and narrow, this guy is one of those, like, he got bored one day while he was sitting in high school and everyone else was taking a test and turned his wristwatch into like a laser beam. Like, he's that kind of kid. Like, he builds gadgets and technology of his own. He's based on a few different characters in mind that I'm not even going to mention because I don't think you would know. But his thing is he's very intelligent. He's not just talented. He's smart. He tries to keep himself somewhat mysterious. He just to make money, he has let some of his creations kind of leak out. But he never, whatever he's got, whatever he's invented, he saves the best for himself and does not give them away. So he always has an edge over everyone else. And he also never discloses everything he has. Any customer of his or any acquaintance of his, they might see a couple things of his, but they don't know everything he's got. They don't know everything that he's invented. So like, it's just for safety reasons. Like if he sells some kind of, some kind of device that can counter, tracking of some sort, and then gives that to a mob boss, he's going to have some other kind of device that they don't know about that can actually break through it, just to cover himself, in case the cops raided him, he could be like, it's cool, here, look, this will take care of it. And,
smart guy.
Yeah, like he's good at covering his bases. And right now at this point in his life, he's not really doing much. But he is trying to slowly kind of erase himself from the grid. He doesn't like how modern social media has really kind of made it so it's hard to do what you want without people watching you or catching you. So I didn't really give him a story. I'm kind of hoping that the story will present itself to him.
Yeah, right. Even though I did something similar, even though I made a character that I want to be a villain, I specifically didn't give her a world goal because that's fun for us to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So. And I'm glad you made an engineer, so I can call you on your BS in the way that you called me on my my DC.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Parallels.
Yeah. I like how he does not work for any agency, right? He's just a freelancer. He's just
no
a freelance
allegiance
Goofy.
as of now.
He's just a freelance Jimmy Neutron.
Well, because people like him, he's gonna spend his whole life questioning, like, well, why should I be on their side, because he always seems to be a step ahead of everybody. So he pretty much just kind of does what he wants, tries to just kind of get by on whatever. And he has aspirations for, people like him, again, he probably has all kinds of ideas for what he wants to do with, someday I'm going to invent this whatever that's going to change the world, or, but for now, he's only 23, he's just kind of getting out on his own. He's not really on any side yet.
All right. And Andrew, your character.
All right, my character is named Alexis Rosanoff.
All right.
Rosanoff?
Rosanoff. Rosanoff. It's a reference to
Black Widow.
Mata Haiti, one of those. It's a 1931, the first spy movie that I could find on Wikipedia.
Huh.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Alexis Rosanoff is a young woman, mid-20s. She's kind of a thin, pasty computer nerd type. She used to date a secret agent until he was murdered by people with guns in action. And that's actually how she found out he was a spy. She kind of felt like lied to from that, and so she got a job at his agency as a hacker and planned to take revenge from the inside. But she discovered that the people the agency was targeting, like, terrorists and, black hat government people, they were actually much worse, and so it would be much more constructive to just take them down. She still has a chip on her shoulder about the whole thing, so she's kind of like not very friendly with her coworkers and stuff.
All
Okay,
right,
let
so
me-
she once stayed a spy and now is a member of that agency.
And
Yeah.
she's trying to take it down from the inside, or wants to.
She wanted to, but then she's like, these guys are taking down terrorists and stuff. I probably shouldn't.
I might... Wait a second. Hold on, I'm confused. I thought you said that they were terrorists.
No. I'm saying that she got a job at a secret agency. Like, let's say she got a job with... She found out her boyfriend was CIA and got killed in action. I'm just
Right.
making up CIA. And
Well-
Okay.
she got a job at the CIA then because she was like, okay, fine. Well, these guys lied to me about my boyfriend. They made him lie to me, so I'm going to take them down from the inside as a computer hacker. But then she found out, like, these guys are taking down, like, terrorists and rogue people that want to...
So it was new to her that the CIA was taking down terrorists and bad people.
Well, like, she didn't understand the extent of it.
Hold on. I think I got it. Let me type it real quick.
She wanted
Um,
to, like... It's not really
okay,
the
so what
CIA
happened
it's not
was-
the CIA so much.
So what
Yeah,
happened
no,
was,
the CIA.
okay, the person she was dating was killed on duty, so she decides to go become a hacker for his agency in order to take them down, like, from the inside as revenge, but then saw that they actually did a lot of good, so she's kind of conflicted, so she's just kind of bitter.
Got it. Yeah, it makes sense once you say the agency is like in a gray area morally, or it
Yeah.
appears gray from the outside.
Yeah.
Like, they
I
disregard the
didn't
lives of their agents, which is also a common thread with these spy movies.
By the way, I want to jumble this while we.
I didn't know that
while
would
it's
be
up.
so hard to unpack.
I kind of want to. I kind of want to call the agency ACE, ACE,
Okay.
just because I like that. You could probably have it stand for the Agency of.
Oh, Victor's
Good.
good at this. Victor, do the thing. Do the thing where you come up with an acronym.
I've got, hold on. I'll work on it. You guys start talking.
Okay. All right. So cool. We have an X. Andrew, I also like how you always put like another movie in the backstory.
Got it.
I kind of do, don't I?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the only way I know how to make backstories.
All right, they are
That's fine.
they are the Agency for Conspiracy Elimination.
Beautiful.
That is good. Yeah, that explains why she doesn't really know about them and why they're so clandestine, because they need to break up conspiracies. They're like fighting lizard people and stuff. Not literally, but
Well, those are the real
They
battles.
they could beat up lizard people.
Yeah. We've had a few kind of fantastical journeys in the past few episodes. I kind of want to keep this one kind of more the realism.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, but cool. So, what comes to mind for me is that I like the idea of a spy movie that focuses on the tech guy.
Well,
Perhaps,
yeah. I was thinking that as we were saying the characters was, wait a second, if none of us come up with a spy, that could actually be the hook of our movie. That
yeah,
there are spy people, but they're all just kind of faceless, nameless, like, oh, agent whatever, 00 whatever. And these people are like, well, we need to take down a spy agency, but they're the people that take people down. So
Right,
it's
yeah.
going to be a heck of a task.
yeah, because your two characters kind of serve in a similar role, or could serve a similar role.
Right. Maybe Alexis knows Dax, like he's one of her contacts.
I like the idea of him being like somebody that everyone thinks isn't real.
Mhm.
Like,
That's pretty cool.
you're like,
And
oh yeah, they say there's this guy that like invented all this modern tech that but nobody gives him credit, or something like that, and I don't know.
Mhm.
That's always
So-
a thing, and it's
Yeah,
like a trope
so
of hacker
Alexis is
characters.
kind of like, she's kind of a gray hat, so maybe she knows, like, some black market type people, and, like, she knows someone who knows someone who knows someone who knows Dax, and so she's had like contact with him before.
Actually,
Yeah.
I think we may have accidentally fast-forwarded a little bit here. Can we back up for a second?
Yeah,
Okay.
let's take it from the
Let's-
I
top.
was
what-
thinking
how
that was,
about
like,
this?
background establishment
How
stuff.
how about I'm thinking that the beginning here, Act 1, is going to be introducing us to Alexis and this agency, right? And
Thanks.
what's going to happen is there's going to be this big coup, and I think it's going to be her meeting with Dax for the first time and kind of
Mhm.
hiring him to invent something for her. Like let's
Okay.
say it's like, I need you to invent something that could actually like hack into into Ace's very advanced system and like burn 10 agents or something like that. And so he charges her, whatever. It'll be like very dry, like he doesn't really strike you as that important of a character.
I feel
and
like
then-
that's something that's like that she could do herself, but
Well,
something like that.
something, yeah, we can come up with that later. She needs him to do something to help her. And here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that this sets two things into motion. One, she fails, and now there's a ticking time bomb on the movie because they do an internal investigation and want to find out who did this. So she's going to be constantly trying to cover her tracks. But then at the same time, she needs to have that moment where she realizes that this agency actually is doing good in the world, and then has to try to actually help them take down Ito Sang, but but she doesn't have their agents at her disposal.
Right. We speaking of Ito, we need to work her in here somehow.
Yeah.
What comes to mind for me is that the clan of the Crimson Kerchief has a degree of technology to them. Perhaps they're right now they're fighting a war with Ace.
Oh, could we get like
the-
some crazy henchman character in there, like Jaws or like Oddjob?
Or like the guy with the hat.
Okay, Victor, name a body parts.
Okay, I like where
foot.
this is going.
All right, his foot is actually a rocket.
Awesome. Just the one.
Just the one.
Wait,
All right,
how about
rocket foot. I like it.
how about he tried to make like rocket boots to like hover around, but like they didn't work, so now he just kind of
He
wears
ran out of
this
funding
boot.
halfway through.
He has this one boot that has the jets in the foot, and he'll just Spartan
Yeah.
kick you to death.
Yeah, no, he's just staying there, and he can just all of a sudden activate the rockets, and then all of a sudden it hits you in the jaw, and you fly up.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, great.
Wait, what's his
Uh,
name? He needs a name.
Oh, Rocket Man. Burning out his shoes out, hair
How
alone.
about
got Rocket
Firefoot?
Jet and Soul.
Uh,
I think maybe Jet and Soul sounds like kind of.
How about-
It sounds like it walks that line between something like silly and something that sounds like it could be an exotic name.
It's not the time for
How about-
names.
they could call-
spend all the rest of the episode on this.
they could just call him like Launchpad.
Oh, that's good.
Launchpad's fine.
That's fine for now.
Launchpad.
All right.
All right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, cool. I'm sure there's a bunch of other kooky henchmen. You guys have any other ideas? I want a henchman that's wrench themed.
Normally, there's only like one or two henchmen per movie, right?
True.
So
True,
is this
yeah.
like-
I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah. Should we say?
Yeah, we don't
maybe-
need. Yeah, that's
we
the
could
that's
say
the
that-
only special one.
That's the only special
Yeah.
one. He just has one rocket for a
I love it.
So hold
Alright.
on. So here's okay. So let's see, because these movies. Another thing with spy movies is everything's always connected. So,
Yeah,
like
true.
I said, I like the idea of kind of starting to spin a web here of plots, where on the one hand, Alexis is trying to cover her tracks because she tried to take down the agency she works for. On the other hand, she's trying to help them with this new threat, Ito Sang. On the other hand, Dax doesn't really know who he's loyal to because maybe like he's in deep with the mafia.
The mafia or the triads?
Well, the Chinese, I'm looking at my notes. Chinese mafia. So triads, yeah. Maybe he's in deep with the triads.
Yeah,
I'm sure the
he's-
triads would probably like give you some nice concrete rocket shoes for calling them the Mafia. I don't know. Do they like not like if you go up to the Yakuza?
I appreciate the effort,
If
Andrew.
you go up to
I
the
appreciate the
Yakuza
effort.
and you say like, so you guys are like the Japanese Mafia, will they be like, no, we're different. We're better than them.
All right. So, yeah, that sounds yeah, okay. He's in with them somehow. Perhaps they've hired him on. Oh, he was hired on for freelance work, but with them, the job is never really over.
Well, I don't want it to be like I want it to be like he's not working for them. He just did something for them, just like he would for anyone.
Okay.
And,
Right, and in the same way that he wants to stay off the radar for like Ace and other organizations, he's trying to stay off the radar for them.
Yes, and here's another cool thing I'm thinking. Whatever he gave to Alexis did two things. First of all, it crippled Ace, so it gave Ito kind of like an opportunity to strike and really kind of hurt them. But at the same time, it also kind of exposed himself because now they're investigating, and whatever it was that he gave her, like they have it now. So like now, you know what I mean? So that's also going to create friction between those two, and it'll probably draw them to come together at some point because I imagine they got to work together, right?
Yeah,
like that's got to be a thing.
Definitely. What I'm thinking right now is that you know how earlier we mentioned how there are some agents, there are some like spies that get involved here.
Uh-huh.
This would be a great opportunity to have a decoy protagonist, to have a spy guy like a James Bond style dude, and actually be able to kill him off.
Let's call him Nate
because he's not the protagonist.
Danger. Nope, use that.
Ooh, how about somebody that's actually in the triads? It's like somebody that was a mole.
Oh yeah, he was a mole for the triads, but what I'm saying is that somewhere around the second act he gets revealed and gets killed, even though you think he's going to save the day.
Wait. So he's a mole in the White Hat agency in Ace. That's actually a mole for the triads. I have an idea.
Okay.
Launchpad. Make him Launchpad.
What's up?
No.
Yeah.
Launchpad's a henchman.
Yeah.
Launchpad's a henchman for the clan.
Yeah, he's a henchman. This is an agent.
No. I thought this was a mole for the triads.
Well, no.
No, we're talking about mole for the.
This is an agent of Ace that actually was working there for the triads, like as an inside job. So
yeah.
So they were working for the triads.
Yeah,
working for Ace.
Dude, don't
working
you
for Ace?
Do you know what a mole is?
Yeah, you work for one guy inside another guy.
Ace.
All right, the mole is in the clan.
Ace is a spy agency, and one of their spies is secretly a triad.
Ace, but he's in the triads.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
No, that's a. Yeah,
Jesus Krampus, guys.
That is a prepositional catastrophe right there. Oh yeah, he was a mole for the triads, but what I'm saying is.
This is an agent of Ace that actually was working there for the triads, like as an inside job. Okay, so let's give him a name real quick. Maybe not a name, but like we'll call him like Agent.
Agent.
It has to be a cool word.
Agent Blackfire.
What?
Blackfire's neat.
That's an insane name. Agent.
I know. Well, he's bad secretly.
Agent Hogarden.
No.
All right, so we've had two terrible ones so far on different ends of the spectrum.
Okay, how about we just call him like
Thunderclap.
How about
no.
Agent Thunder? That's even worse.
Yeah.
Well, it has to be just some kind of code name, like
I'm
Agent,
telling you guys, cool
Agent
word,
Blue
the
or
coolest
Agent
word you can think
Hunt.
of.
Hunt.
Oh, that's neat.
Fine.
Agent Hunt.
Fine. Good enough. Agent Hunt, a mole and Ace. All right. So what you're saying is that in Act 1, this is an agent that's going to be trying to help with Alexis, and maybe what can happen is, this agent. Okay, Alexis is trying to help with finding Ito Sang. Obviously, Agent Hunt doesn't want that, so there's going to be this moment of betrayal where like she gets too close. Sorry, but you should have kept your nose out of this, and then he kind of is going to be revealed as the mole. You think like something like that?
I'm not sure. Like I was saying, I imagine him he's the kind of guy that he's a mole early on, and you're kind of waiting for him to swoop in and save the day. But second act twist is that he doesn't do it; he gets killed off. Because you expect the super agent dude to be the hero in the end, to get the girl or all that fun stuff. But in this case, it's a reversal.
So does he get killed at the beginning or end of Act 2?
I'd say towards the end of Act 2.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, if that's the case, then I have a suggestion.
What's up?
So actually, you know what? Let's work up to it. Act 1 is going to be setting up all the conflicts, which there are many, because that's always how this goes. Okay?
Yeah.
Act 2 is going to be the new status quo here, where Alexis and Dax are trying to take down the Triads with the help of this one agent. And at the end of that, it's revealed that he's a mole, and then he gets taken out. That's what you're saying?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
What if
Ito discovers that he's a mole in second act, gets taken out.
What if when Agent Hunt gets taken out at the end of Act 2, it is he gets taken out by Alexis's supposedly dead boyfriend.
Oh, shiz.
He was off the grid this whole time because he had to go deep undercover.
He got off the grid because Darren helped him.
He needed to go off the grid from
because
Ace
Dax
itself.
helped him.
Yeah, Dax was helped him
So
out with
he would
that.
know the whole time and be like, and that could be like a big thing where like suddenly he does something like, okay, all right, I have to start being
Why
more
didn't
creative.
you tell me he was alive and off the
Hold
grid?
on, I have to
Because
be,
he was off the
let's-
grid.
Let's do something more creative. Let's say that like they're let's say that they're let's say they're in like Dax's, like hackers always have like a real high tech like van kind of thing. Let's say they're in that and they're supposed to go to some rendezvous point or something, and Agent Hunt presses some kind of button that's supposed to like blow up the van, and instead Dax is like totally ready for it. It was just like the whole thing was actually like a counter trap for him. So he counters it with
Yeah.
some kind of piece of tech, and then out of nowhere, the boyfriend comes out, takes him down, and that's when we get the whole exposition-y thing. What's his name? Can we name him? What was the spy's name?
Agent Hogarden.
You
No, come
want
on,
that
man.
so bad.
That's not even good.
How about Jasper?
It's not even
how
close
about
to
how about
good.
Agent Jasper?
Nah. Jasper's not a name. Agent Triceratops. Okay, fine,
okay.
Jasper.
Agent. How about? Hold on. Agent.
Jasper Triceratops.
Well, actually, doesn't he actually need a name because they were dating and she didn't call him Agent?
Can we call him Agent Saint something?
Oh, okay. Jasper Saint
Oh,
I like that.
How about
Newell.
how about just Agent Saint?
Agent. Oh, that's even
And
better.
then his real name could be some
Michael Saint.
quintessential Saint name.
Oh,
Like
I came
Peter.
up with this a long time ago, but Henry Kane.
Hold on to
Here
that.
about-
I am.
Because this is Jeremy Saint.
Hold on, I have an idea.
Kane.
Hold on a second. I like the name Agent Saint. How about we make his real name some quintessential Saint name like Peter? So we can make we can even use what he just said. So like Peter Kane. So his name will be like Peter Kane. And he was Agent Saint, and so
Oh, I like Peter Kane because it's like a good guy and a bad guy from the Bible.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Yeah.
That's
Nice.
good.
So he's alive, and then that could be a thing where like he was secretly working with Dax, and that could be that thing I was saying where like Dax actually aspires to do good in the world with his stuff. So
That's some of the good that he did is getting this guy out of the heat.
right. So
Even when he essentially being a spy for him means like that it's a death sentence, but he was able to squeeze him out of it.
So the big thing in Act 3 is going to have to be like, your big shootout moment is going to have to be that the Triads are probably going to really move in on Ace and really hurt him and be in a position where they could take him down. And this ragtag group, this Agent Saint, Alexis, and Dax need to, we have one agent, we have, a tech whiz and a hacker, and we need to find a way of doing this.
I think an important Hollywood question here is: there any romance happening afoot?
With Dax
Well-
and Alexis, I would say yes because it's a spy movie, but not for any other reason.
Well, because the introducing the boyfriend that is now suddenly alive again is an interesting point, especially if say Alexis was feeling something for Dax, but Dax couldn't reciprocate because he knew that her boyfriend was alive.
I feel like Alexis
Yeah.
is pretty like closed off and sort of like frigid almost.
True, but I'm bringing it up because I see like a cool opportunity with that too.
Well, I've
Because that puts Dax in a unique scenario of him knowing that her boyfriend's alive, but that he's in a tight character.
Yeah, like I
there.
picture Dax being very eccentric and kind of obnoxious and really kind of like at first she would probably hate him, but then eventually they'd make a
This
really
sounds-
good team. Like I pictured
this-
them actually working together really well, and yeah, I mean I could see them possibly being in like a pseudo romance thing, but Adam's right. There's a cool dynamic there.
I feel like there's just some like belligerent sexual tension. It's not like a romance thing necessarily until the boyfriend
okay.
shows up, because it's like, you jerk, you did this.
Well, I mean, they're gonna have some common ideology here because they're both kind of fighting a pretty hefty battle. So,
Like I said, it was a Hollywood question.
yeah,
As in,
okay.
like,
Yeah.
if we did a full field, because I'm pretty sure if the three of us ever made a movie of any kind, we would destroy all tropes.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
no more
In-
tropes.
in a
well,
way.
but anyway, so what I was saying is like, okay, Adam is onto something there where that's cool, where like Dax couldn't really do anything because he knew about Peter or whatever. And
Yeah.
but the
Is
thing
Dax
is though,
that good looking? Because I don't picture Alexis as being particularly good looking.
I don't.
Besides the fact that she's played
If it
by
was
an
a
actor.
if it was a movie,
That's a
they
Hollywood
would probably
pre-production question.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if it was
If it was a real movie, everyone's attractive.
Good point.
exactly. So,
Even if they're casted as a hideous witch.
well, I think this is going to be one of those times again, like Hollywood question here. She's going to be conflicted because it's going to be like, well, you lied to me about being dead, and and it's going to be kind of like the wool's pulled from
Hey.
before your eyes, and
She's mad at both of them. It's kind of like, who is she less mad at?
yeah, and it's going to be like, who do I trust? And it's going to be that's going to be tough, probably.
Yeah, trust is always a good theme for spy movies.
Yeah. Plus, like, it's like, okay, if you're willing to fake your own death, lie to your loved ones, and go deep undercover, who's to say you're not a double agent? There's going to be a lot of doubt,
Yeah, doubt, trust.
Oh, and by the way,
very,
I feel like I don't want to undersell your character, Adam. I picture, like, half this movie being, like, cut back to Ito saying, like, taunting Ace, and, like, there's probably some prominent leader
Oh, yeah.
character in Ace that she's going to always be, like, heckling and,
Quick,
big scenes
Adam,
too. Like
na-
I imagine.
Adam, name a landmark.
I was actually going to say that earlier. All right, we're in Japan. I don't know, because I
Mount
said,
Rushmore.
Middle East stuff, and I don't know.
Oh
that
wait,
well.
I got it. What if? Okay, the big threat. There's got to be like a big threat in the movie. Like in Kingsman, it's that Samuel Jackson's gonna make a thing that makes people murder each other.
Yeah, you're talking about what's our global domination.
Yeah,
I
we
have
didn't.
an
We
I
haven't
have an
come up
idea
with
for
that
that.
yet.
I have
Okay.
an idea for that.
What's up?
Blow up the Yellowstone supervolcano.
Huh.
Well, we've kind of just done a lot of subtle
Spy villains.
hacking and destroying
Yep.
each other.
And it turns out that to fight a volcano.
Yeah, but spy villains always have a very particular reason for doing what they're doing.
Yes, destroy America, where
Eh,
Yellowstone is. Like,
Well, let's no, I love the idea, but I think we've gone the realism route so far. Let's
it's a
see it
spy
through.
movie. They're a little ridiculous.
I mean, Austin Powers is a spy movie.
Yeah. Moonraker
that's
is
a
a
super
spy
volcano
movie.
hot
plot.
magma. All right.
All right, fine. What's a
about-
realistic?
This is more of
what's a
a
realistic
okay.
spy motivation then?
All right. Well, all right. I have something. We're focusing a lot on technology in this, so it's possible that like Dax, like I said, maybe gave something away or sold something to the Triads that now is like, oh crap, I shouldn't have done that because like maybe they steal something from him, which would be even worse because that would be mortifying to him.
Wait, Dax's
and-
thing
See-
is that he he makes this crazy tech and then sells it to people.
I mean, for now, yeah.
Yeah, and maybe that's a thing that he sold to the Triads.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
So
or
could
they
it
stole it,
maybe
one or
be
the
some
other.
kind of thing that makes a volcano erupt? Because that seems like a crazy tech thing.
But all right. What we need to focus on is what would the triads want to do? Like, would they like what's their goal? Are they just trying to?
Maybe they have competition with the American organized crime.
I was actually going to say what came to mind to me was some kind of like grand scheme immigration plan when they can get a bunch of triads all across, basically get their clan to be world global,
Mm.
to get them to be in every corner of the world, because once they have then they'd have a monopoly on organized crime.
Well, America's kind of like it's like a series of megalopolises, you know? So if you take out America, which the only thing you can do to do that is physically take out America, like geologically.
That doesn't make any sense.
Look, if the Yellowstone supervolcano erupts tomorrow,
Andrew,
the government...
we're not going to Yellowstone. Okay.
All right, fine. This is a...
Well,
You
Andrew,
guys-
hold on.
sorry,
Can I? Well,
Andrew.
can I jump in for a second? The reason why we don't like that idea, Andrew, is because it's something that a maniac does. It's not really something a terrorist would do to make a point. Like it's not
makes a
like
point
it's,
to the rest of the world.
well the well then
What
we
I'm
need
trying to say is I've procured a particular device, and I'm thinking about heading over to Wyoming.
What I'm saying, that device would be better suited as just a bomb in L.A.
or it could be one of those like hostage
Yep.
situation things where it's like give me what I want or I'll kill everyone in this city.
Okay. I think I have a good compromise here.
Okay.
Drop a bomb in the San Andreas fault line
Okay,
Oh,
that's
man.
similar.
Like
That
Superman.
would... Yeah,
and split California off from the rest of the United States.
that would trigger a
Uh.
huge thing that would just swallow Juan de Fuca. It would just
I
swallow
mean-
that whole tectonic plate.
It would destroy probably if
It
you
would
did it
destroy
right.
a large part of California, where
Yeah.
probably
It's like-
a lot of probably a lot of organized crime is based in a major
Oh, yeah,
population
maybe
center like
that's it.
LA.
Or they have a specific target in the not even organized crime. Just put Ace there.
Well, maybe. Well, what
Well,
I
that
was just
too.
about to
How about
say
both?
is, what if it was just a power move? Like, what if she was just trying to get more power in the crime underworld? So it's like
Yeah, that too.
take out the competition, and
Take out the main competition.
that could be a thing too. Like, that's kind of tapping into the like greater ideology behind everything. You could say, she could give a big speech about how, like, look, you can't stop crime, you can't stop organized crime. Think of it this way: instead of having to keep up with all the different, ones out there, the mafia, the yakuza, whatever, she's like,
Just us.
yeah, it's
we'll
just
we'll
us.
strike a deal.
Yep, that's it. Like, we're gonna take them out, and it's either play ball or we're gonna be eliminating them completely, and a lot of innocent people are gonna
Play
die.
ball, or we'll run over the ball field.
Yeah, so like, okay, that's better. That's better because then it's something that a crime boss would want, and it's something that a spy agency probably would be working on stopping. So
Got it.
so that's not bad.
Okay. All right. We're in the third act. We're in the bit. We know the plan. It's their time to stop it. We had that team up earlier. You got Dax
Well,
and Alexis.
I feel like
and,
we haven't
Agent Saint.
we haven't really
Yeah.
said much about Dax and Alexis's interactions. Like, what kind of stuff do you think they'll be doing in like Act 2?
Well, Dax
You
is
mentioned
kind
it
of
earlier there.
yeah. Well, Dax is kind of like an eccentric, and Alexis is kind of like, I guess, up until the point where it's revealed that her boyfriend is still alive.
Well, so
she's
like, what is
kind
it
of
that we like watching then? Like, what is it that makes it a fun movie for like Act
They're
2?
Sam and Diane.
What?
They're Sam and Dianing. They're just like, she's like, you're a crazy weirdo,
he
and
did-
he's like,
He
well,
heard you.
you're...
He just didn't get the reference.
Oh,
Well,
cheers.
I think I really like see, now this is us kind of subverting the genre a little bit. I really like the idea of them trying to do spy stuff, but they're not spies.
Or doing the spy's job, but
Yeah,
better
well, 'cause,
than
like-
them because they're just doing the tech
Because
stuff.
Alexis is like, I dated a spy, like I work for them, I feel like I should be better at this, and Dax could be like, I give them the stuff, but it's not really my thing, So
Or it's like, instead of staying behind in the van, like they'll do stuff like, oh, hey, anyone can do this job, this infiltration job. You go in there, you take those files, and you leave. We can do that with just using technology.
yeah, like maybe they have to like interrogate a guy, and they just have like no
Right.
idea what they're doing. It's just like, all right, talk or what? Or what? What do we do if he doesn't talk?
Or we'll hack into your Facebook account
Yeah.
and
Yeah, that could be a thing. Like, oh, look
share
at this.
all your pictures, all of them.
Oh man.
You know which ones I'm talking about.
That's actually a thing. That might be a concern for a spy. No, I took selfies at Leningrad. I cannot let my family see that.
Now we're in Russia.
Yeah, but there's all kinds of different ways you can take that.
Need to
Yeah.
be more Russian.
So, well, I feel like there's all kinds of fun things you could do, and even cool things. Like I really want there to be scenes where it's like, yeah, go nerds. Like, there's got to be a scene where they do something super cool without doing like, shoot people like typical spy agent stuff. Like,
Yes,
They're
be
in
super
Paris.
cool nerd. Yes.
They're in Paris and they change the patterns of the lights on the Eiffel Tower.
ha. Ooh, I have another idea.
What's up?
What if like they decide to try to like make a bold move against the triads? So during
Take him on the road.
Well, like maybe there's a moment where they're trying to get information, so they like intercept. There's like they're moving cargo at the docks. So like maybe Dax walks up like all shady, like wearing a hoodie. Oh, this is cool. Listen to this. Maybe he like rigs a very specific like there's explosives on a bunch of their like containers. And there's like a camera up on top of a hill where his van is, like watching him, and it has like a real advanced software that detects his movements and sets off the triggers. So he'll walk out there and threaten them. And they'll be like, "What are you gonna do?" He'll be like, "Well, I can destroy all your cargo." You're like, "Well, how?" And then when he points at one of the containers, it blows up.
Yeah. I could blow up that one
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
that one.
kaboom, kaboom. Yeah, and it's like, how are you doing this? Like, tell me what I want to know. Like,
Or that one that's right behind
Yeah,
you.
kaboom.
And he's holding it there.
yeah,
Yeah, no, that's really cool stuff.
that would be awesome.
Except for the fact that one of those henchmen at the time happened to be.
Launchpad.
Insane.
Oh no.
Oh no!
And he gets sent flying up and like slams into the van.
Yeah, no, something goes wrong with that, or I just throw that in. That'd be a cool, fun little scene early on. They get away, but
Launchpad.
but she has an idea of what kind of
At some
hackers
at
there
some
are.
Alexis,
point they
can
need
you
to
hack
hack-
into that guy's rocket foot?
yeah, I was gonna say at some point they have to hack into the rocket and send him like
I
spinning
think
out into
that-
the sea.
Do it.
Yeah,
for Russia.
we're talking third act. That's what happens to him. That's what happens to
Or
old,
something
what do
gruesome.
we name
Sometimes they make it really bad, like he gets put in a trash compactor or like into a jet turbine or something.
Oh,
He gets rocketed to the air where a pterodon grabs him and then
Pteranodon.
and then he gets
Pteranodon drags him around, throws him into the water, and
Pteranodon actually didn't really have grasping feet. It wouldn't have been able to grab a human being in its talons. Just
Nope.
kind of pointed
Yeah.
that out.
well,
And then
you
the
know,
Mosasaurus comes.
the Jurassic Park has already pretty much given themselves.
There's a lot of inaccuracies in Jurassic Park. I could submit a report if you would like me to. It'd be really interesting stuff.
Well, first of all, the book
I don't
actually
think
explains.
there was an IREX either.
The-
I think they made
the
that
book
up.
actually
It's actually
explains.
It's actually a conglomeration, chimera, if you will, of many different species.
I know what
Like
Andrew's
Rugops
doing, but I
and,
just want to say to all our listeners that Michael Crichton was actually smart enough to explain why the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park aren't accurate. But I won't get
Right,
into that.
no, it's the genetic modification because they included frog DNA and filled in all the gaps and stuff, but that's still...
Also
leads to a
because
lot
they
of
wanted to
things
give
because-
people what they wanted to see.
Third act.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Action sequences. Do you guys want them to be fighting like right next to the fault line?
Yes.
There needs to
Is the
be.
Grand Canyon connected to the fault
It
line?
need-
Can they fight
No,
the
it is
Grand
not.
Canyon?
That
There
is
needs
a
to be- well, like-
hydrological formation.
This is the part of spy movies where everything's blowing up and there's like a big epic fight and like explosions and shootouts and stuff like that. So
It could almost be trying to prevent the major explosion of them cutting off the fault line.
Those were
And
explosions.
yeah, all kinds of fun stuff can happen. Yeah. Yeah, and so that was the end of Rocket Foot. He's out of here.
yeah,
It could come down to all right. So how are they fighting Ito? If Ito's doing like martial arts
I picture that going
So-
very badly probably for Dax.
I think they.
Saint's on the front line, right?
Agent Saint's there. He'll probably be protecting Alexis though. Like they'll be
True.
off somewhere, and this will be like Dax's moment where it's like the whole tragic hero kind of thing, where it's like, come on,
Right.
go save yourselves, and Agent Saint's like, come on, we got to get out of here, and Alexis is like, no, like we have to help him, and that'll be like that whole thing. And somehow tech needs to come into it. Like there needs to be some way that they nerd their way out, like into beating her in a fight or something.
Andrew, do you have any ideas for that?
I was just thinking of ironic ways for the Rocket Foot guy to die.
Well, I think we nailed
Like-
it. They hack into his rocket.
No, I was ironic. Like he flies
Oh.
into a shoe store.
He flies into a shoe store.
Or,
a kid.
Wait,
Meanwhile, in like the neighboring suburbs, a kid sets off one of those little tiny rockets,
wait.
Yeah.
and it hits him as he flies
All right,
by.
I've got one. There's a biplane that's trying to get away, and it does get away, but at the last moment, his boot launches him towards it, and his shirt gets caught on the wing, and he gets dragged up into the stratosphere.
All right, are you happy now?
I
Yes.
can finally
I
fly.
think we did it.
I don't know.
Okay. God, how do you fight someone with? How do you fight someone?
What if we have Agent Saint
the bomb.
Fighting her, and like he's a pretty equal match? Not really.
Oh,
And
I
then-
have the Dax. Oh, I had a Porky Pig moment there. Dax. Dax has some of his technology. Some of his technology
Oh.
is maybe like a biomechanical suit.
Dude, hold on. I
Oh,
just had a
that's
sweet
great.
idea.
I like that idea. All right.
Yeah. Let me hear. Play this out first. If Saint goes in Dax's biomechanical suits and they're able to tech kung fu moves into it, like more so at a faster rate than Ito can like pull off. So basically, they use their technology physically through Saint.
Okay, but I also
It's
want
armor.
Ito
That's
to.
Dax's.
Guys,
I want Ito to beat Saint, but then
All right,
turns out the real
hang
battle
on.
is,
Before we
like,
get to
the
that,
hacking.
Victor's got
All right,
something.
go ahead.
Victor's got something.
I've got something, and it is
We've all got it.
very spy movie. So she's fighting Dax, and it's not going super well for Dax, and he starts getting kind of beat up, and she's kind of taunting him like, haha, you're so pathetic, haha, whatever, and he'll make some really, really good comeback, like something about like, well, smart enough to stall you until I was ready to do this, and then presses a button, and it turns out for this entire action scene, Dax was actually Agent Saint using some kind of hologram, like decoy projection over top of his body to look like Dax, and then suddenly she's like, what? And then she just like turns around and Agent Saint is standing right there, but then bloop, it turns out it's Dax, and then he has a gun and actually like bam, gets her right there. So it turns out that like Dax ended up actually getting to be like the cool actiony secret agent type guy, and
Yeah, no, I gotcha. Same scene I described, except that's really Dax.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, awesome. I like that a lot.
because like there's
And
always
that's what
the
I was
whole
saying,
like
like, he
fake
was just
mask
delaying her.
thing. Like Mission
Yes,
Impossible had
exactly.
it, Winter Soldier had it, like they all have it.
Yep.
So like
Delaying her.
yeah, it's like, I figure, well, I could take a good beating. I'll just let her do that and, let her fight me until you're ready. And then, he'll just show up and then, bloop, turns out it's Dax. Boom, gets her.
Yeah, no, and Ito gets shot, falls into the Is there actually a fault line? Is there an actual crack? Or is it just
not now?
like-
But if they throw a bomb in there, maybe.
Well, I imagine. Oh, it could be like kind of. They haven't totally set it off yet, but they're starting to. I meant for some reason I pictured it's too.
What if it's like a
kind of-
series of small bombs, not like
And
one
then-
whole big one all at once, so
Or-
that
or
like
they-
there can be a partial thing.
Yeah, they dug a hole at like the fault line where they're going to set off one of the bombs. It's going to be several.
And
of
then
them.
The Rock shows up in a helicopter.
Yeah.
Don't worry, guys. I got it.
So I think
Thanks, The Rock.
I think we're ready. I think we're ready to work on our ending here.
Yep.
I think in the end, what's going to happen is obviously like, okay, so everything's taken care of, but Ace knows that Alexis was the one that weakened their system and tried to take them down, and she's gonna have to basically decide, like, because Dax, I think, is gonna go back to disappearing. Like, he's gone, and he's like, "Why don't you come with me? We can hide. I can protect you from them. They'll never find us, or whatever."
I got it. Was it Alexis and Saint switch roles now? Now Alexis is the one that has to go off the grid, while Saint, now that he's revealed himself, Ace has got him locked on. Like, they're not letting go.
Huh.
Like he can't. He's on their radar like permanently
That's
now.
not bad.
So he
I
has
also
to-
like the idea of pulling a Pacific Rim. Like, we set up this whole love triangle at the end, like, nah.
Oh, I'm pretty sure we're just about to not do anything with it.
I think for now we're gonna
Yeah.
let it go. But what I'm thinking is, what if like Agent Saint volunteers to like take the fall for Alexis? So it's
Yeah.
like, like, all right, I'll tell him it was me. You go ahead, get a fresh start or whatever, and then that'll be like her big choice. Like, what do I do? And then maybe that could be a thing. Is that like she admits that it was her and faces whatever charges there are, and that could set us up for a sequel because Agent Saint can end up like going rogue with Dax. They could bust her out, and that could be like the whole next.
I
Story.
kind of like that.
I like the admitting that it's like, all right, I did it. I'm not going off the grid like them, because she wouldn't go off the grid because of how much trouble she saw that got Saint into, or that how much what it felt to her when that happened.
And
to
this
Saint.
whole movie would have been set into motion by her. This was her fault. So it actually is kind of it's justice. Like she needs to face what happened.
Oh, it's appropriate. I love it.
All right.
It's great. Dax goes back to his hidey hole, and we tune in next time.
All right, let's
Hey!
title this some sucker.
All right,
Let's title this
let's-
son of a gun.
I of course want to call it Clan of the Crimson Kerchief.
I do not.
Let's see.
Hogarden. What if we called it Hogarden?
Why? Why?
This show,
Why?
this episode, brought to you by the Belgian beer Hogarden, which has been fueling me ever since we started.
Got it. So you look around your room and you say, "Oh, there's a Triceratops. Oh, there's Hogarden."
Hogarden, established in 1445 and tasty. Not
Okay,
really their slogan.
Victor, have we distracted you enough?
I was thinking like something that refers to.
Forget it. I'm naming this one. Okay. Hacking.
Like
tech.
IT. The
The IT guys.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Geek Squad. No.
Geek Squad the movie.
That's not bad.
Thinking like agent, something about not have.
Because it's focusing on these two tech people. These two tech guys in the. If only we knew the name for them in the.
Hackers.
You can call it like.
Oh wait.
Actually,
I
the
would
whole thing
think
could
of
be
that.
like how the tech people are always the unsung heroes of these things. We can call it like
Right.
Unsung. Geez.
Well,
Let's see.
when I was researching hackers, because I am a scientist, when I was researching hackers for this role, I was there are three kinds of hackers. There's white hats, black hats, and gray hats. Why don't we call it gray hats? It's on like a morality system, I should say. Like,
Would gray hats be the right one for them?
yeah, because Alexa.
Yeah, because they're between like the white and the dark.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
he's a
but-
freelancer.
A white
she's-
hat-
Yeah,
a
but
white
Thor
hat
was
hacker
just in
would
that
be-
movie called Black Hat.
Well, we're gray hats. A white
Oh, by the way, guys, we have about 3 minutes left.
Right. A white hat
5-minute
A
limit.
white hat hacker would be like, oh hey, I'm gonna test my company's security system because they paid me to. A gray hat hacker would be like, hey, I just tried to break into your security system and boy, I found a defect. I can, if you pay me, I'll help you fix it. Black hat hacker would be like, no, the system. I am 4chan. So we could call it.
I was
Gray
thinking
hats.
maybe like something that has to do with like, well, we don't have our secret agents, so we have to settle for these guys. We can call it like backup or
The other guys.
reinforcement, something that's clever and has to do with technology.
I kind of like backup because it's
or like auto
like
auto
backing up a hard-
backup.
No, backup because of the hardware term.
Yeah, it's like backing up
Yeah,
a hard
that's
drive.
what I'm saying. Yeah, like a backup, but like maybe another word might strengthen that. Like
Backup. Oh, well, it's espionage, intelligence. Intelligence backup. CIA.
I like backup.
Ooh, oh man, I almost had something.
Backup Death Wish.
Adam has a thing where he has a band name formula where you just take any word and put Death Wish at the end of it.
Any state.
Nebraska Death Wish.
Mississippi Death
Oh,
Wish.
that's a really good one.
Yeah. Usually, I think the formula goes 4 syllables and then add Death Wish.
Paper Trail.
Triceratops Death Wish.
Yeah. All right. It's gonna be backup if in the next minute.
Backup's not bad. I'm just seeing if I can enhance it.
Support, assistance, aid, help.
No. This isn't supporting us, aiding us, or assisting us.
Well, did you hear when I said auto backup? Does that make it worse, or?
Nah, that makes it worse. That's too many.
It makes it worse.
Yeah.
Information technology.
No.
Backup. Backup
Backup.
IT.
Spy backup.
Back it up.
Back it up.
It up.
Back
Put it in reverse.
Secret agents.
I'm just gonna cut all of this out until
No.
Adam says okay, time's up. We're calling it backup because that's what's going to happen now.
No, that's not a
Was
cool
it-
name.
No, watch this. There. Now I have
No.
to cut it out.
Oh,
Sorry,
my
Victor.
God. Wow.
Scout. Sleeper. Secret agents. Agents.
Backup
Agent
agents.
backup. Backup agents.
Oh wait, no.
Backup agents.
What about? Wait, no, I liked agent backup because that sounds more like a digital file.
And also agent backup, as in referring to them as
that
could be a code
that
name.
could be a thing they say at the end.
You guys are
you guys are
agent
like
backup.
they get code names like Agent Saint, Agent Hunt. Be like, you guys could be agent backup or something like that.
That's not how it works.
No,
Or that's how they don't end up with the agency at the end.
they're referred to as Alexis is referred to as agent backup.
Or
that's her code name.
ooh,
early
actually,
on.
there could be a cool thing where they
Because
say
she's a tentative.
wait, there could be
Yeah.
a cool thing where they say actually, you guys are even more lethal than the field agents because you do stuff that you can't even see or prepare for. So they could call them ghost agents or
Yeah.
something like that, or phantom.
Anyway,
agents.
agent backup I think is the way to go.
But there's two protagonists, kind of.
Backup agents is what you're
I'm thinking
thinking.
agent backup sounds cooler because it's more of a concept than a name. Like they're agent backup.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's like if you called it Impossible Missions.
Yeah, right.
Mission Impossible's got that cool
Yeah,
inspired
yeah.
to it. All right, great.
Agent backup. They are the
Agent
They
backup.
are the unit that backs up the agents.
All right.
This one I think
And-
needs a tagline though. Can we come up with one? These are easier than names.
I think we're out of time.
Agent. Oh, come on, 30 seconds.
Okay,
Agent backup.
30 seconds. Every spy needs a hardware guy.
That's really good.
Even spies need an IT department.
Yeah, Victor's is better.
He built off mine, so I'll take it.
All right.
All right, there we go.
Nice.
Part
Agent backup.
part backup, all spy movie.
And that has been Genre Bots.
Woo!
I hope you had fun
Yay.
listening to us. You can send us an email at podcast@genrebot@gmail.com if you had any thoughts or comments about this episode. Do you like spies? Did we do a good job? Was it better than Spectre? I hope so.
I would like to think that it's at least close.
Yeah. You can send us a message at facebook.com/genrebot as well, twitter.com/genrebotpodcast. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Spreaker, Omni, where podcasts are found. And if you leave us a review on iTunes, we will read it on the show. I think we have 2 more to read.
I was going to
we
say
have a bunch
3
more.
more.
Yeah, hold on.
We have a lot more to read, actually, but let's read 3 more.
I would, but I don't have mine open.
Well, okay, then
I-
I will read one, and
Yeah.
Victor will read one.
Okay.
There we go. Cool.
So,
All right.
I believe, let's see, last one we
You
read
start,
was...
Victor. You do...
The last one we read was, I believe, the one by Turn It Out 920. Let's do the next one. It says, Interesting by Septigal. It says, throwing the ball around and coming up with great ideas, truly entertaining and interesting. Thank you very much.
Is that Septigal or Septigal?
I don't know. It looks like Septigal. Maybe it's Septigal. I'm not sure.
Whoever she or he is, thank you very
Yes,
much.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Andrew,
that is
next
a
one.
very lovely review. Another thing, better than I expected, which is what I aim to be in life by 1,000 things. I kind of expected a podcast that would be the equivalent of a short D&D game, but was seriously impressed. Not only do they come up with a fun story, they also make an effort to explain what it makes each genre unique. I'll definitely be back. Thank you, 1,000 Things.
Oh.
That sounded very
Yes.
earnest. I
And that's-
appreciate
and-
your feedback.
And that's not the only time I've heard that been said about our podcast. That like, oh, it's
The
almost
D&D comparison.
it's almost like an
I didn't-
RPG kind of thing. Which I guess in a way it does kind of sound like that. But
Except it's 3 GMs instead of just one.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's
Although-
it's more about the creation than about like the
The results.
exactly.
Honestly, if we could figure out some formula where we could roll a d20 to come up with our titles, that would be really helpful.
That would be great.
Yeah, yes, it would. All right, I'll get on that for next time. Speaking of next time,
Nice.
it's my
Adam's
topic.
turn.
Yeah, who? Are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
Nope. Not
Are
emotionally.
you?
I hope you have a clever way of
Physically, I
introducing
am
it.
always
Those are
ready.
the fun ones.
So,
Let's hear it.
so there's in every movie, not every movie, in certain kinds of movies, there's scenes that really they get your attention. Wait, no, I don't have an opening.
Oh, come on. I was on the edge of my seat.
So
I was so into it.
All
right, come on.
Beautiful.
Were you suspended? Were
Oh
you
no,
full of
a suspense movie. Or is it a
Not exactly.
suspense thriller?
That's not
the one.
type. That's not a genre, Victor.
Hold on,
Yeah.
hold on.
What
Lots
I
of
have in
movies
mind
have
specifically is
Suspense thriller is it?
Hitchcockian thriller.
What?
Hitchcockian thriller.
Suspense thriller.
Hitchcockian.
Nope. Hitchcockian. It's a very specific one based off the work of Alfred Hitchcock, in the same way that Lovecraftian is based off of H.P. Lovecraft.
Okay.
There's a lot of movies that fit in the same category as Hitchcock's work that have that kind of, and there's I found a checklist online too of like elements that are usually in Hitchcock movies. I
Can
thought it'd be
I-
a fun one for us to do.
Can
All right,
can I throw something out there real quick right now? Could we potentially ask somebody from A Matter of Taste to guest on this episode?
Yes,
that
we
is-
can if they are interested in joining
Yeah,
us.
Yes,
I'll
we
see if
can.
I'll see if they are. They
they're
are a
interested in
podcast
joining us.
all about the horror genre, so I'm sure they would love to
Oh, hey.
contribute. So
Yeah, no, I think it's a fun one that it takes a little bit of expertise and just but I think we're up for it.
sweet. I've been
All right.
I've been waiting for this one to come about actually. So
Yeah, cool.
great.
All right. So until then, have yourself a spy-tastic
Christmas.
sneak.
This one's gonna be coming out like a week or two before Batman and Superman, so
Oh.
Enjoy-
Is that how
enjoy-
you measure time? Is that how you measure time now?
No, because when I was choosing this
It's just
topic,
like a doomsday
no, because
clock
when I
for
was
him.
choosing this topic, I was actually trying to think what would be timely, and I didn't really know, so I went.
A doomsday clock, Adam?
Yes.
Was that a pun?
Try not to get burned. That's my exiting line.
All right. Bye, everyone.
See ya.
Tahiti was a magical place.